Howdy, welcome back to the channel. So, I heard some of your input and some of you had requested that I do a more real-time footage of me working a stone on the wheel, so you have an idea of like how I'm moving the stone. So, I've listened to some of your input. I'm going to apply that towards this video. So this is going to be video one of a 2-video series. We are redoing my Fire Obsidian pendant necklace. And this first video is going to be showing applying the stone to a dop stick, and then we're gonna redo the surface on the machines and then repolish it to get all the blemishes out of the stone. So bear with me, it will be a little bit longer video, but I promise it'll be worth it in the end. So let's get started. Today's project, we are finally getting around to redoing my Fire Obsidian necklace. This was my favorite necklace. I wore all the time, and then I had to take it apart because I noticed two things actually. The first one being there's blemishes here on the surface of the stone that need to be reworked and repolished just from, years of wearing this thing. But you can see some pitting there and some other like little fine scratches. We're going to get those out, which means I have to take this to probably the 1200 wheel, the new one, and then once I get done with that wheel, take it over to the worn 1200 wheel, and then from there we'll be able to go to polish. I think the new 1200 wheel should wear this down where I need it to be in order to get out those blemishes. And then here for the setting, we're going to go ahead and redo this, I think, as well. This is past due. All those black here is permanent marker, and I'll explain that here after a while. But this was an adjustable necklace. I just never adjusted it. I got a big head. But here on the back, the main reason why I'm redoing this, you should see that little crack right there. Right there, where the screwdriver's at. That's a crack. It's a crack in the silver. I can't have that because that just means this is prone to breaking. And once this bail breaks off, if I'm wearing this, the stone is lost forever. I've already lost one necklace before, a Fire Obsidian necklace. I don't want to lose a second one. So we're going to go ahead and basically redo everything. I might go with a different design on this. I still haven't fully decided yet. So I'll get to that process once we do the stone first. So let's take this over the machine and go from there. What you saw the beginning part of the video was me gluing this stone to this stick. So normally, lapidary artists would use a dopping wax or a dopping stick. And as basically as wax that would adhere a stone to a stick. You'd warm up the stone a little bit, and you'd use hot wax to adhere it to a stick. You let the wax cool, and then you work your stone all the way to the finish. Hopefully the wax sticks, and then once you're all done, you throw it in the freezer, and the freezer would help the wax contract and then release the stone. Well, I don't have that luxury, so I use an E6000 glue to just adhere the stone to the stick. It should stick through this entire process, and then when I'm done, I can just very carefully move from the back since it's a semi-polished back, and then go on to the next stage. What we're going to do, we're going to use this 12,000 grit wheel to wear down the surface of the stone here. I'm going to be working by keeping the stone moving at all times. I don't want the stone to stop because then I'll cause a facet in the stone surface, and we don't want that. I'm also going to try to make sure I use the entirety of this surface of the wheel evenly. That way it wears the wheel evenly. So I'm going to keep moving the stone just like that. And if I have to change directions, let's say I'm working in this direction. This is my preference. If I'm working in one direction and I need to get this other side of the stone, I will flip the stone 180 degrees and then work the other side. I will not do halvesies and be working this way, flip it this way, and then work this way. It's going to cause, in my opinion, a like a mesh pattern, and we don't want that kind of pattern on the surface when we go to polish. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to fast forward this process. This is going to be a special video for those that want to watch a slightly longer version of how I'm moving the stone. And I will at least add music because I'm not normally talking during this process, and I'm probably going to have music playing on the background behind me. And I can't play the music that I'm playing because then there's a copyright strike against my channel, and I don't want that. So please enjoy the music, enjoy the video, and I will see you guys when we're done with this step. Okay, so this is why I use the 1200 wheel, so I can see where I need to go next. Focus, please, thank you. So, oh my gosh, this camera rig is in my way. So you can see right here, that is what we want to get rid of. We have another one down here, and we have some pitting right here. And I think some up here too. Sides look okay. Oh, I guess we have some in here too. We really have to focus on this side of the stone. Unfortunately, I think I do have to use the 600 grit wheel. But I have to be very delicate because this stone, so you can find the layer here, this fire layer is pretty close to the surface already, so I have to be very gentle with the 600 grit stage and just keep watching my work. So you'll see me pull the stone away from the wheel off screen. What I'm doing, I'm drying the stone and seeing where we're at as far as the progress. And if I'm happy with the stage, then I'll go ahead and back to the 1200 to get rid of the 600 grit stage scratches, and then go on from there. So here we go. Okay, we're done with that stage. So there is a spot here it's going to have to stay. What's right here in this surface right here, that isn't what we call an ash pocket. It's a natural inclusion. Nothing we can do about it. I don't want to keep sanding away this material because the more I sand away, the more I get too close to the fire layer itself, and I don't want to risk going down too far. So we're done with the 600 stage. We're going to go back to the 1200 to better work the surface, and then from there we'll go to the genie. And just like that, we're ready for the genie. So let's go ahead and get the camera moved that way. Same thing with the blue capping machine. We're going to keep the stone moving. We're going to work on the worn 1200 wheel, and this will be the last stage before we take it to polish. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this done. Just like that, we're ready for polish. Okay, so here at the Berber carpet polishing pad, we're going to apply some water via a spray bottle. We're going to get the carpet nice and moist as it's going, and then we're going to add the cerium oxide polish onto here and then spritz it a couple more times with some water. And then from there, we're going to apply the stone on here and get a nice high gloss polish. by now the stone is pretty polished. I'm just doing this for safe measure to make sure I didn't miss any dull spots. Because once I take this to go wash this off, I really don't want to have to come back to try to polish again. So you can never spend too long at the polishing station. But sometimes you can actually polish the stone pretty quick, all depending on what stone it is. Okay, we're all done here. You can kind of already see a little hint of color. Let's wipe it off, just like that. And it's done. Let's go wash this off really quick. The next step we're going to do here, we're going to protect the stone, because we don't want to scratch the surface after we spent all that time waiting to repair this and getting such a nice finish on there. So we're going to protect it. And then from there, we'll cut it out, but first we need to get rid of this excess blue tape, which we don't need for this next process. So let's see if we can remove this stone without actually using the razor blade. Nope. That's on there pretty good. That's okay. We'll just do this very carefully. Go around the glue. We're not going to hurt the back of the stone. Let's see if we can just twist it off. Nope. I mean, we can twist off that part, but there we go. Just like that. Removed. It does help that this is not a rough stone surface, so the glue adhered, but it didn't like fully adhere, if that makes any sense. So we'll get rid of some of the excess glue, just like that, and that's done. And just like that. Okay, we're going to end the video right here because we don't want to go any further. The next step of the process is going to be doing the silver work for the new pendant part right here. This is the old one, and this is going to be the new one. So video 2 is going to be turning this piece of sterling silver into a brand new pendant to hold the stone. So keep an eye out for that video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Rock on.